Alright, yesterday I was actually cleaning my Glock. This is my everyday carry, Glock 26 and 9mm. And I realized it's been probably three or so years since I did a detail strip. So I figured I'd make a video. I already cleaned this. I already detail stripped it yesterday. And it dawned on me that I should probably do a video on this. So here we go. I've already taken one out of the chamber. Here is the magazine. And just so you guys can see, empty. Okay, point in the safe direction, pull the trigger. Alright, so we're going to take this apart, and you guys have to excuse me, I'm actually doing this behind the camera, so. Alright, so you would start out by just doing a field strip. Just taking that. Taking this, let's put these to the side. Okay, and this is how you would normally detail strip the the Glock, whether it's a 19, 26, 23, whatever. They're all the same. That's the beauty of these. So let's start with the slide first. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is right here. This is the rear portion of the striker. Okay. And what we need to do is we need to remove this back plate here. So what we're going to do, and you can take a punch or you can take one of these handy little Glock tools. Okay. And what you want to do is, first thing you want to do is you want to lift this. I'm sure you heard it click. And right in there, you're going to want to put your punch or Glock tool right there. Let me see if I can. Come on, focus. Sorry guys. But anyway, you want to put it right under here. Okay? And you want to kind of press down and push this out. Okay? Once you push it out, just put your thumb over it and the back plate comes off. Alright? So now what you want to do is take the striker out. There we go. Okay, and here's your striker. Okay, and then you want to take this out, which is the, I believe it's called the extractor plunger, something like that. You guys are going to have to excuse me. I'm not really too familiar with the terms. I know how to take stuff apart and put it back together, but maybe I should have learned the terms first. But take it out. There it is right there. That's the part that actually, when you're looking at your extractor, right there. Okay, I'm going to take it out. There it is. Put that aside. Okay, so now, as you can see, those are out. And the last thing you want to do is take your extractor out. And what you're going to do is, this is the striker safety, I believe, and it's spring loaded, so you just kind of press it and there you go, there's your extractor. And then you can just pull this out and there's your spring. Okay, there you go, your slide is ready to clean. Now I normally do this probably, I would say, every 3,000 rounds or so, or 2,500, 3,000 rounds, I'll take this out. I was quite surprised actually when I took it apart yesterday. It was not as dirty as I thought. I do take this out a lot and I do shoot it a lot, as well as carry it. And I expected it to be absolutely filthy, and it really wasn't that bad. So, alright, that's the slide. Now, we're going to take parts of the frame here out. So what we want to do again is take your little trusty Glock tool or punch, and you want to start out with the top pin right here. Okay, and what you want to do now, remember, when it comes to these pins, first one out, first one in. I believe somebody else taught me that, but and I'll show you guys why. But so what you want to do is take your punch. Sorry, it's kind of hard to do it behind the camera here. And then push this out. that aside. Alright, and then you want to then take the lower pin, this bottom pin, and that's what holds your slide catch here. And this one you kind of have to finagle a little bit sometimes. Sometimes it's a little tough to get out, and you're going to have to play around with the with the slide catch a little bit to get it to come out. But this time it actually came out pretty easily. So then you just pop this up, and there it is. Okay. Alright, and let's pop the locking bar here. Take that out. Oops. Okay. So now the only other thing I would recommend doing, obviously, is taking the trigger group out, and you do that by punching this pin right here, right near the back strap. Then you take that, pop it out. Okay, there it is, and all you need to do is pull this up, and there you go. Alright, so basically what you want to do is make sure you clean all this up. As you can see, I did a little 25-cent trigger job here. You can see I polished right over here, here, behind it. I mean, it doesn't really do that much. It's barely noticeable, but it's definitely a lot smoother. It's not lighter, but just smoother. So there you go, guys. That is the disassembly of the Glock 26. And basically what you want to do is, putting it back, you do it in reverse. Okay, so we're going to stick this in here. Okay, let's make sure that this is flat like that. Makes it easier. There you go. Put this in. And there you go. You heard it click. And it's in. Okay, so now we're going to go and put this back here. What am I doing? Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. So now what you want to do is you actually want to put this first pin back in first, okay? And the reason I say that, here, I'll show you. So we're going to put this back in. And just kind of push it in a little bit. There we go, so it's even. Let's push it in a little bit more. Alright, that should do it. Alright, so the reason we do that is because if you look at your slide stop, slide release, whatever you want to call it, there's a little spring right here. It actually rides right under this pin like that. And that's what keeps it, that's what gives it the leverage to kind of, you know, go up and down. So here. So we're going to put this right back in here. Sorry guys, it's kind of hard to do here, looking through the come on. Okay, here we go, sorry. Okay, once you have that in, let's go ahead and put the large one in. So what you want to make sure is that you've got this hole completely lined up. As you can see, it's not. You can see, so what you want to do is you kind of want to play around with it a little bit until you've got absolutely, there we go, I think I got it. And there it is. Okay, and we're going to put this in. You're going to kind of wiggle it a little bit until you can get it just, it's a bit of a pain in the ass here, but alright, sorry about that guys, had to do it off camera. But as you can see, I obviously had a hard time putting it back in. You know, sometimes it's super simple, sometimes it's not, and obviously this time was a real pain in the ass. But I would say that's probably the biggest pain in putting these back together. So, and obviously the last pin you want to put in is for the trigger group, and that's fairly simple. Just want to make sure you push that in, and maybe just a little bit more. I just like to have these even. There we go. This one looks good. All right, and that's it. Here's your frame. Now let's put this back together here, the slide. This is fairly simple. What you want to do is you want to line up the extractor here. You want to just put that in, okay? And while you're holding that in position, you're going to put this back in and just kind of wiggle it until you can, let's see, let's take it out again. Okay. You want to just wiggle it because there is actually a hole that it goes into, and there we go. And that's it. It's in. This thing just snaps right in. Okay, so now we just put the extractor plunger back in this way. Let's put the striker back in. The striker can only go in one way, as you can see. Okay, goes right in, and you just kind of click it, make sure it's in. And now you just want to put your rear slide plate back on. And the easiest way to do this is to kind of hold this down a little bit and just start it. Oops, let's see. Okay, there you go, just enough. And then you want to take your Glock tool here and just push this down, and there you go, done. Okay, put your barrel back in, recoil spring back in, okay, and reassemble the slide. There you go. And that is the detail strip and reassembly of your Glock. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions.